What is going on, everybody? What is going on? Welcome to this week's episode 274 of the STS Guys. I am Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
And I'm Scott.
And we're the STS Guys, a weekly podcast sometimes where we sit around, shoot the shit, and talk about anything geeky, nerdy, and cool. What's going on, guys?
Oh, Scott's back. That's cool.
Yay! Yes. Back from the holidays and the crazy, I'm going to call it the crazy January/February that we've all had.
Yeah. So, how about just crazy winter?
Crazy winter, yeah.
Because we're in March now. I think it's officially entering spring. Like I said, crazy winter.
Yeah. I don't know about you guys, but I think we're low 80. We're in the low 80s, so it's getting warm. It's getting warm in Phoenix.
It's a roller coaster here. Last week it was in the 20s and the 30s.
And now it's 70. I have the window open.
Yeah.
But a week ago today, it was 20 degrees.
Yeah, but today was 85.
But today is 85. I have my window open because it's such a nice night.
Yeah.
But yeah, so weather here has been roller coaster to Jeremy's comment. Like, it's the best way to describe it. It just doesn't know what it's doing. I'm anticipating another freeze coming just because
it's entirely possible. Right? Or one of those 1 in 100-year storms. You lose power and
that we've had every year for 4 years.
Yeah, no, I said I was, because I always go through like the phases, right? I said I have like a winter outfit set, and then I have just like a normal outfit set. But then I'll pack away like all the like the long sleeve stuff, right? Since this is bulky and takes up like some more room, I'm like, hey, I should probably start doing that. I'm like, no, I'm like, because like as soon as I do, it's gonna like
storm's coming. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like man, it was cold last week. It was so cold. We went out to eat. Scott, have you been to the actual, like, not Pine House Pizza, but the Pine House actually brewery?
Yes.
Okay, so like the majority of it's like outside. Like,
yeah.
So like, it's like outside, and so I didn't realize that. And so we had some people that came into town that we were hanging out with, and they're like, "Oh, let's meet here." I'm like, "Oh, great, let's go there."
I love Pint House. Yeah,
it was like 20 something degrees, and I can.
Should have tried to hold your. Doing this with your beers. I was gonna go ahead.
Well, and then we're all like huddled around like one of those like patio heaters and stuff like that. Then that ran out of gas because, like I said, then everyone's dragging basically all the other ones around, and it was
reshuffling.
Yeah.
Oh my. Well, I guess this is the time where somebody says it's been a week.
It's been a week.
It's been a few weeks, but
not dead yet.
Not dead yet.
Like, well, and I think Scott can attest to this too. Like I said, between like I think like personal wise, it's been nuts, but then like work has also just been.
Yeah, it doesn't. The work related travel doesn't help.
Work related travel, yeah.
That's
always fun. Work has been. It always does this though. Not just like current work, but like just in general, where everyone takes like pretty much most of January off to figure out what the fuck you're doing, and then decides like, all right, make up for that lost time, February, and now we're back on track. So as is tradition.
Plus, you get the end of the year stuff in February too, right?
Yep.
You got the I forget what you even call it, the PSC. You're right. You got your end of the year reviews and your peer reviews and
all
the
bullshit,
feedback and
fun jazz.
Plus, like you said, trying to catch up on other things because hopefully now you have your 2025 plan right in place about what things the department, the company is focused on. If you guys have that, that's awesome because I got nothing.
No, that's you got.
I got nothing.
Like
It's the Wild West. We don't plan anything.
Like I was reading about your company in the news
Yeah.
the other day. I'm like,
Well, we got
like, ooh.
about some shady tip stealing.
Yeah.
I saw that one. Yeah, it was old. We fixed it. We fixed that years ago. Yeah, we fixed that years ago. That's old news. That was the response. Ugh. Well,
Yeah, we fixed that years ago. Somebody throw a fix in it real quick.
yeah.
When backdate that.
Yeah, backdate the. Yeah. Oh, fun. But
Good.
yeah, so one of the weeks I didn't get to jump on. As I was in Hawaii, though, that was my
What?
big thing. I decided, turn the big 4-0 this year. And so we decided, like, let's do a nice trip. So we got a really nice, hotel with apparently the best pool. And on we went to Kauai, and so there's like, hey, this has the best pool. So we went to that one. Went on a boat. There's like whale season, so there was whales and stuff everywhere out on the boat, dolphins and stuff. It was pretty cool. It was very relaxing. It was
Nice.
the thing. I don't normally like get to like shut down a lot of stuff, but being able to shut down for a little bit was really nice.
Very cool. Like a relaxing vacation where you don't have a whole lot planned and you just get to hang out is kind of cool, right?
Yeah, we had literally was like, we're gonna do one thing. We want to do the boat. Go one of the days we're gonna go out on a boat. That was the only thing that we planned.
Nice.
The only thing that we're like, everything else is things. One of the places I wanted to go to is Duke's, like the hamburger shop, like it's a chain, but it's like known for over there or whatever. So, but I was like, I don't care when we do it, what day, like I at least want to go there at some point. Like let's drive by there. Had a rental car, takes like less than an hour. I think you can pretty much make like the loop on that island. So makes it really nice. You can pretty much just do whatever you want.
Very cool. That's nice, man. I'm glad you had a good trip. And then 40. Yep.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club, Scott.
Yeah. Right. Well, welcome into the getting the AARP stuff in the mail now. So
I've been getting that for years.
Oh God. Yeah. Well, you're getting to the point too where like people at work, like you meet people and they're like, "How old are you?" And they're like, and then you're older than them.
By a lot.
Slightly, yeah. Well, like slightly. Like so there.
Okay. We have coworkers.
Yeah.
That I am pretty sure, if I did the math, I haven't actually done this yet, but I believe that the gap between me and these coworkers and the gap between that coworker and my daughter, the gap between my daughter and the coworker would actually be significantly less. Yeah. And that's where I'm like
100%.
Yeah.
That is one. Scott, I
no, I can say like 100%. I have a couple of them. Yeah, there's a few that are there, but it's just
early 20s is like they're closer to your daughter than 40.
Yeah, it's one of the things where when you start to think about some of that, you're like, ugh.
This guy so there's a newer guy at work who I didn't really think about it too much ever, but he asked me how old I was, right? And this past week, and I paused for a second. In my head, I'm thinking, like, all right, is this guy older than me or younger? I'm like, I'm pretty sure he's older. So I tell him, and then he's 2 years younger than me. I'm like, damn. Like, is there like anybody who's like younger than, or like, is there anybody who I'm younger than anymore? It's like, it's getting iffy, man. Like,
and it's always a weird question too, especially when people ask you, because especially like I said, like Larry with your background, Scott with your background, me with my background, because with all the nerdy shit in the background, right?
Yeah,
it's like, this guy has to be like something child, actually.
I mean,
what do you mean he's 40?
I said I'm a 40-year-old man child. I mean, that's not going to change. Like, no, the man child nature of things is going to stick around for a while.
The number in front of the man child just keeps getting a little bit older every year.
Yeah, I'm just a 40-year-old, 14-year-old. Right? Like that's just the way it is.
I'm a child now with adult money.
Yeah,
and then I can get everything that I wanted. I said as a child that I couldn't get.
Yeah, you're right. It is a little misleading. It's like, what do you mean you're 40? Like, oh no,
that conversation came up because I just changed the from the figures, right? I said to the comics for a little while, and then someone made a comment like because it prompted them to ask, and I was legitimately 20 years older than this person.
Yeah.
I'm like, it just made it made me feel old, and then two, if I had this person's job making as much money as they did at that age, I'm like, holy crap, I would be like set up for life.
Yeah.
Like just like having some like basic financial knowledge at that age with that type of salary. I'm like it'd be bananas.
Yeah.
Instead, I'm always playing perpetual catch up to like, okay, like I just want to, get as much done as I can so I can be, be done with work as fast as possible.
Yeah, because like like obviously inflation and that kind of stuff, right? But like early 20s, like college or right out of college, like I wasn't making that much money.
No, right. Well,
I don't remember exactly, but it was not much.
Do college until I said my 30s because I said I couldn't afford it, and then once I did the college, it's only because I got it for free. But then so like I remember like I worked at Best Buy in the Geek Squad. I was making like $36,000 a year. I wasn't making like diddly squat.
Yeah, it's like 30, 40 a year working for various retail places, right? Like
well and then when I basically like they cut the hours there, I had to take a pay cut. So then I basically switched over to where this company's got lets me get really rare, and I started there at 28. Like I'm like, holy crap! I'm like, if I had tech bro money at in my 20s, things would be a lot different.
First job pizza place. I was not making more than $6. It was $5 something. So I
mean, if you're talking first job,
30,000-40,000 is pretty good.
I was like batting
first job. Yeah, that's even
like early. Yeah, that was the early 20s. Like I wasn't doing anything good until like 23-ish.
I was mowing neighborhood lawns for $25 a lawn when I was 11.
I worked at a camp, and it was like a day camp, or like the equivalent of like an after school program for disabled kids. Yeah. So that's what I did. Like that's what I did. Like I think I made like I was balling. I'm making $8 an hour. I'm like, this is amazing. I'm making more than minimum wage.
Yeah. Percentage wise though, that's pretty solid.
Yeah. When you think about it at the time. Because at the time,
and it's only because the reason why it's because because of where I worked, I had to have like a couple of like certifications. I had to be like CPR certified and stuff. That's for that. But so I was like $8 something an hour. I was on top of the world.
Yeah, but like now, doesn't McDonald's pay like 20, like 15 or 20? Like
McDonald's pays like 15, 20. Hell,
depending on where you are.
Honestly, if I lost my job tomorrow, I'd go move across the street from a Buc-ee's because they're making crazy
managers like $30-$40 an hour. Yeah.
Well, that will essentially like their managers like to make like 175. Like it's crazy.
It's crazy. Right. And even just cash register guys not doing too bad. Plus like $2 for overnights. Like sign me up.
Well, and like I said, then you gotta start doing like the other math too, right? Because it said where like I said typically the Buc-ee's are, they're not like in like the main and like hub towns. They're like in like small like little like off beaten towns. Like the properties are gonna be like dirt cheap as well. Like
one of the closest ones to you guys is in Bastrop, Texas. Exactly. I can't imagine the average home price in Bastrop is. It's not Austin.
It's 35-minute drive for. I have it pulled up, so let me just go through this because this is a gas station. I had to look this up because the numbers.
Financial advice. I said financial hour. Also with the STS guys.
Warehouse. Okay, so cashier, gift, maintenance, warehouse, and grocery stocker. Part-time wages, right?
Yeah.
That is $18 an hour starting. Not bad.
Not bad.
If you want to be part of the restroom crew. Now that one jumps you up an additional $2, right? Because they have the people dedicated for that. Team leads jumps up another couple of bucks. Department manager adds 10 onto that. And then your assistant food service manager has the top max out at around $42 an hour.
It's not bad.
Now, let's go to full-time positions if they have them available, right? So you got assistant general manager, range 100 to 150K. Food service manager, that's 125 to 175. GM, 150 to 225. So to your point, Jerry, I mean, I could work part-time $42 an hour and I'll make that 35 mile drive.
Pay your, or you could even pay your mortgage.
Yeah. No, literally. So what I would literally do is I would honestly sell my house, like I said, in an expensive area and go move to a cheap ass area.
Yeah, and work there. Yeah,
right.
By all means.
There's definitely worse. I'm always going to be a little bit picky, right? Like about where I'd work, but I would totally work for Buc-ee's. Totally would work for Buc-ee's.
So and the thing is, I said it's an industry that has probably one of the most stability. I said stable things. I said that it's out there, right? Because I don't know, people need to go from A to B, and everyone loves Buc-ee's.
Yeah, right. And you probably get free. I feel like they probably hook you up pretty good with like free or dirt cheap T-shirts, and probably you probably get free lunch, right?
Yeah,
you probably get a barbecue sandwich every day.
I will say that I've heard the stories from the way that employees are treated at Buc-ee's, and it is militant to say the least.
I think we could hang. We could hang though, right? Like we're adults. We're adults.
Yeah, we could hang, but I don't think they're handing out free shit. That's all I'm saying.
No. Well, all right. At least give me 10% off.
Even McDonald's is that free.
They do, yeah.
30 or $40. I said per shift. Like I said at McDonald's.
Yeah, I know they have free food because they built one by us, and there's a now hiring sign, and it says perks, one of which says free food. So I feel like they kick you out of. Maybe it's the slightly old brisket sandwich that if they don't throw away in 15 minutes, it's got to if they don't give it to you, it's going to go in the trash, whatever. Or you get the sausage wrapped in the tortilla. The tortilla's a little bit old, but you still get it. So who cares?
Or no, it's a little soggy because it absorbs some of the juices. But hey, it's still edible. It's still good. It's still a sausage in a tortilla.
Yeah, it's still free. And they got the fountain drinks. You're good. You're good. And maybe you get last year's Christmas T-shirt for free rather than the new Christmas T-shirt. But hey, it's still Christmas.
Even Ed is on my side. I said building Buc-ee's in low-income areas. Yeah. So it's a good idea because it helps drive up the economy in those areas.
It's true.
Yeah, that is true. Sure.
Exactly. I don't believe the one in Arizona has officially started yet. We still do not have a date.
And that one is not in a low income area.
Kind of. It's getting to but I think it's
Goodyear, so. If 10 years ago, I would be like, that's a sketch area. But now I'm like, that's rich people live over there. That's a hop, skip, and a jump away from where $1 million homes are.
Yeah, exactly.
That ain't a low income area anymore.
No, you're right. It's probably better than some of the other Buc-ee's locations.
Like I said, it ain't Bastrop or Temple, Texas.
Yeah, Temple. Yeah. It's not. It's not. Well, and the thing about those Texas cities is they're kind of the midway point between Austin and San Antonio, or Austin and Dallas, but they're freeway cities. They exist for things like gas stations and that.
And that's what I mean. Even Goodyear, you have the 10 ripping through it. So
Goodyear isn't that. Goodyear's, is full on suburb of Phoenix. It's just technically Phoenix.
Everything's a suburb of Phoenix. Everything's Phoenix. When anybody ever asks me where'd you used to Phoenix. So if I tell them Mississippi, this one.
If I say Gilbert, no one's gonna know what it is.
No. Sometimes, but usually no.
But it's basically the same thing. It's all the same.
I've had occasional people be like, "Well, what part?" And I'm like, "Oh, you actually know the metro a little bit."
Or they'll go "Oh, I have family in Scottsdale," and then it's okay. Well, technically, I don't live in Phoenix. I live in Queen Creek. Oh, I know. That kind of stuff. If they offer something where they're like, oh, I know this, or I've been to Chandler. Then it's like,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh,
okay,
cool.
You actually know.
Not that
So yeah,
far
guess
from
what?
there, yeah.
I lied to you. I don't live in Phoenix. Like I live
Yeah.
like 35 minutes from Phoenix. But
Yeah, it's still it takes me an hour to get to Phoenix, but still.
Exactly. But still, it's Phoenix. Whatever. Just
Close
don't
enough.
judge. Yeah, don't judge. Ed's got some bad news. The Buc-ee's in Ohio that I remember him telling us was coming. It's currently blocked for some legal reasons, apparently. So hopefully, right, they broke ground, but people are trying to block it. What horrible people, what horrible humans would be trying to stop a Buc-ee's from coming to town?
It's only the people who have never experienced the Buc-ee's have
Right?
to try to
Yeah.
stop business of Buc-ee's from coming in.
You have a lot of people like even I'm gonna throw some shade on my own family here because they had like not a Buc-ee's, but like just a regular gas station being built like towards the entrance to their neighborhood, not right by their house, but like a couple blocks away, like
Montana or Arizona or
in Montana,
yeah,
right?
okay, yeah.
And so I asked them because I was like, and they're like, oh. Thing. I was like, okay, why are you upset? They're like, well, having a gas station that close is going to bring undesirables to the area or whatever. And I kind of threw some shade. I was like, wait, you live in the middle of nowhere in Montana. What undesirables are going to be at the gas station that are not anywhere else?
Well,
in
the
the world?
funny thing is, I'm like, you're literally talking about like your neighbors.
Yeah, right. Like that's my thing. Is like,
Yeah.
who's
Who are
going to be
using
at
the
this?
gas
Who's
station?
going to be at this gas station
But
that isn't already around?
But now they have a
Like,
place to loiter and hang out at, and right, that's
Yeah,
just
I was
causes
like-
trouble.
I was like,
But
that is the most old person response to a new gas station that I've ever
Well,
heard.
and I think that's also funny too. Like,
Yeah.
well, Larry, you bring up the loitering, right? I don't know. I think that was an issue. I don't know, before we had the internet, because just the kids were bored before. Now they can just go inside and play like Fortnite and Marvel Rivals and all this other crap.
Yeah,
we don't
that
have
they
to
wanna
hang
do
out in
anyway.
front of that.
Like,
Yeah,
that's
watch
why,
videos
that's why
on your
there's-
phone.
That's why
yeah.
malls are dead. That's why there's
Yeah.
no more arcades. That's why there's like no more like mall food court experience. That's why all that stuff is dying, because no one wants to go there anymore.
Yeah.
So like,
And-
Yeah, it's true.
I'm gonna
the
give
hanging out at the gas station.
Ed knows the drill though, because that is the truth. Californians are undesirables to people that live in
Yeah.
Montana. The hate for Californians up there
Do
is
they say
That's
stop
why
trying to?
it's-
Do they say the stop trying to California my Montana like
no,
Texas does?
no. They say it a lot in worse ways.
Oh.
But it's been there since like I lived there. Like that.
Yeah.
This is not a recent thing. It's been like this has been going on for quite a few years. Where we don't want you coming up here buying up all our land. Well, then buy it. I can't afford it. Well, they can. So shut the fuck up.
Yeah. But they're gonna make it worse. So
Yeah.
me as a Montana guy are never gonna be able to afford it.
Yeah, it is the weirdest rivalry that only one side has. By the way,
Yeah, California doesn't even know
They
Montana
don't-
exists.
No, they don't,
Most of
and they don't.
California.
Yeah, or they buy the land up there. They don't give a shit. So
No.
like it's
It's like
the greatest one-way rivalry ever.
it's like that episode of King of the Hill when Henry Winkler buys the land by Peggy's childhood farm because he just wanted to own a place in was it Montana? Is she
Yeah,
from
it was in Montana.
Yeah, right. She just wanted. Yeah, she just wanted.
And host I said a new place to host Hollywood Squares.
That's right. Like those Hollywood types, like Henry Winkler, Scott. They're just messing up Montana.
Exactly. It's 100% true.
Right? They're bringing their game shows and trying to build gas stations.
And listen to jazz.
Yeah.
It's
Thelonious
been going on
Monk.
since- Ah,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
It's been going on since the late 90s.
Oh, I knew too much about King of the
Yeah.
Hill. When is
Are you
that
guys
revival
excited
coming?
for the revamp?
Of course.
I am, and I'm not at the same point in time, because because I have such a fondness. I said for the original, like the original run.
Yeah.
If it ruins that in any way, I'll be very sad and upset.
Yeah, I get it. Like I hope, like I'm optimistic, right? Like, but once it actually comes out, like reserve the right to change my mind and be like, oh my god, why did they do this? But I'm optimistic. I don't think they would be messing with
Like,
it unless it was going
Keep
to be
everyone's mannerisms, keep everyone's basically like personalities and beliefs and everything else like that.
Yeah.
Like it's like don't change any of that. Like,
I don't think they can, but like also too, like what if they introduce like new characters?
I will not have a problem with if they don't touch specifically. So what makes the legacy characters the legacy characters? They want to introduce new characters, fine, all for that, but don't change the character. The core characters.
What you can of the
like
core.
like for example, like right, because I said prior, I said back in the day, Boomhauer was like said a womanizer and this, that, and the other, and like, he was always basically taking people back to his back to his house and banging them nonstop. Yeah. Remember that was the episode basically where it's like banging the ice cream lady, and Bill is basically saying, hey, don't put on Dido while I said he's like banging everybody. So, like, here's the thing, I'm like, because that's like uncool now, like. Don't make turn Boomhauer into some type of feminist. Like, keep Boomhauer. Like, again, like I said, if you want to introduce a new character to offset that, fine, whatever. But that's like the Boomhauer is Boomhauer. Like, do not change. I want Hank to be a Hank. I want Peggy to be Peggy. Like, don't mess with the formula.
No, I agree.
So is there a lot? So here's the question I have for you, because it seems like it's going to be more Bobby focused, though.
Could be.
Like,
they don't know much.
They don't really know much, but it seems like everything I've heard isn't about what Hank is doing or Peggy or any of that. It's all about like Bobby being the chef or whatever, and Bob like it's. I guess most of the info is like, what is grown up Bobby like?
But I don't think we know for sure, right? And there's that one picture of Bobby that he's dressed up as, he's wearing like a chef's outfit. But like, the one thing I saw, like, I don't think anybody knows if that's like just like who Bobby is now, or is it like a one episode thing, or like it's still there's still not enough details.
I don't know, because I mean sure. Again, I haven't seen any more than y'all have, right? But like seeing the plaque where it talks about him bringing his fusion of foods and things, it seems more like that's not.
I don't know,
like a setup for a one-off episode that like.
No, maybe, I agree,
but it's I don't know.
I agree. Like it also, because it looked like it could be like a food competition kind of show or something too. So I don't know.
Who knows? As long as he just yells, "That's my purse," I'll be.
Speaking of bags, Ed did send us a picture of a cool like kind of Loungefly style Dale Gribble backpack thing on Instagram. I will share it out later, but it's very cool. I had not seen that, so thank you for the message.
Speaking of like this new stuff, I think the one thing I am excited for that I keep on, because there's a couple people who've already seen the first couple episodes, so some early reviews are in. Daredevil coming out next week.
Oh, right,
yeah,
March 4th, right?
Yeah, March 4th. I'm like, that I cannot wait for Daredevil.
Tuesday.
Cool. Initial reactions are really, really good. They actually just posted like one of the scenes, a fight scene between basically like Daredevil and Bullseye. That looked pretty cool. Like, so we're like freaking Bullseye is like throwing knives. I said into Daredevil. Like, it looks pretty violent. Like I said, they've kept the craziness up. So like, really, really looking forward to that. Like, I'm actually it's I haven't been excited for a Marvel thing in a while. Like, new Captain America movie came out, wasn't really excited for it. Saw it, wasn't bad, but it also wasn't great. Like, it was like, there.
Let's So it's super excited about Daredevil. Right, comes out Tuesday. I guess just one episode from my quick Google search.
Well, I just realized too. I was just gonna say, they brought back the Bullseye from the original show. Like,
they brought back everybody, right? Like, they said they weren't going to at one time.
I was worried that like the bad guy, like they could recast, because he's in like the full like.
Well, so like, and here's the thing. So like, he's on. Like I said, like, so Bullseye is only like an episode. Like, so the main bad guy. I said is this from the comics. This is this guy called Muse. So Muse, I said, is like this like horrific serial killer who basically like dismembers and kills people, but then basically makes works of art have like basically like people dead bodies and
Oh.
stuff like that. So like I'm like
Okay.
when I first heard the rumors, like, oh yeah, they're gonna put Muse in. I'm like, that's pretty kind of messed up if they're gonna do that. And then it showed him in the trailer. I'm like, holy shit, they're actually doing Muse. So I'm looking forward to it. Like I'm really looking forward to the series. Like, and then they also announced that they're doing a Punisher spinoff, like I said, kind of like Punisher special as well. Punisher's back, I said, in this series as well. Like Sean Berthnall was, like I said, was great in that role. So I'm looking forward to seeing him back in that action again. So no.
Yeah,
super
I just was excited. I knew they brought back Foggy and Karen, right? Like, for the thing, and Punisher. We've seen that, but seeing that, like, I'm not going to say a minor character, but like taking the effort to bring back that original artist for someone that is potentially only in a single episode.
Yeah, I follow you, though, Scott. Like, if they did change that guy, I wouldn't notice.
Yeah.
So like they could have easily swapped it out, if that guy wasn't available or they just didn't want to. I wouldn't
try to bring it back. Yeah,
it's cool. So I went and saw Brave New World last week too. Scott, have you seen the new Captain America movie?
I have not, but I was going to bring up. Did you guys see? Someone was saying that Brave New World is a life-saving movie.
How? Explain how.
Yeah,
there was a theater that. Part of the theater during a showing of the movie collapsed, but there were no injuries because there was only 2 people in the theater at the time.
Oh, ouch.
They're like, so it is so bad it saved lives.
Had it been Endgame,
had it been Endgame, there would have been a lot of injuries and potential deaths. But
ouch. Ouch. We don't have to talk about it a whole lot because like everything Jeremy said, I agree with. Like it wasn't the worst, and it definitely wasn't the worst, definitely wasn't the best. It's somewhere in between. Like, remember when we used to rank the Marvel movies? Like, it's that lower third or lower quarter. But it was like, I think it was last episode, right? Jeremy and I both said like, hey, as long as it's better than the Marvels, like I'll be happy. And it was better than the Marvels. So yeah, I guess I'm happy.
Yeah, no, it was definitely better than the Marvels. Again, right? It was a hey. It's a movie. Like it wasn't like wow,
it wasn't an experience.
Like MCU is so back. Like it's like we're back in the saddle again. It's like okay, like sure, like and I think it has nothing to do with I said like the new direction of Captain America. It's the story. It's just the story and the pace and. Just give us some decent stories. Like that's all I want. Just decent stories.
And it's still, I have not seen this, so maybe they've finally figured it out. Pick a goddamn direction and go in it. Like you have these interconnected movies that seem like they're going nowhere. And maybe this one finally brings the plot forward. It doesn't sound like it does.
I don't think it does.
So the only thing this does,
the
only thing this does is basically drops the Easter egg, and I wouldn't even call it an Easter egg because, like I said, it's a main plot point of the movie. Of like, hey, it introduces. That's not a spoiler. Like it introduces adamantium. Like I said, into the MCU.
Yeah.
And like they finally did something with the Celestial. I said, which because they're basically saying, hey, that's how adamantium actually got brought into the world was basically, hey, that Celestial Island, right? So from Eternal. So like after I don't know how many damn movies like that we had
where no one seems to care.
No one seems to be pointed out. I don't know, the giant alien,
head and hand,
a petrified body, like I said, in the ocean, that they go in. But yeah, so that's honestly the only thing probably in this movie that moves it forward in the MCU, but the rest of it
then barely, right?
Even
like,
then, barely.
Hey, there's this thing.
Do anything else?
There's this awesome element, mineral, or I don't know, metal, whatever it is, right? That, like, hey, we can use it for stuff.
It rivals vibranium.
Yeah, it's better. It's better than vibranium. I believe they President Harrison Ford said it's better than vibranium.
I mean, we could get into that argument of which one is better, but
yeah. Well, maybe it was better because Vibranium was controlled by Wakanda.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
this is open to the
that's what
world.
That's the thing. Right,
This
but you think like adamantium is stronger, but vibranium has the ability to dampen kinetic impact. So which one's better? Right, like when you define better, because
no, it was better because the U.S.
it's free.
and India and a couple other countries were going to
Japan.
precedent, and it wasn't precedent. It wasn't Wakanda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: is now that you have an unlimited, major source of it, a lot of it, it kind of takes away, wouldn't you think? Like the concept
Not as special.
It's not as special when like you can start making weapons out of it to kill the like Wolverine gets by because not many people can destroy his skeleton because it's coated in adamantium. But if everybody has adamantium weapons, you're why do that?
So I think the thing that I also like I'm like there's a couple of like this sounds so nitpicky.
It's 100%.
We're already believable, but at the same point in time, like have like I said, have some type of ground in reality. Like so, for example, like towards the end of the movie, right? I said Captain America, I said Anthony Mackie's character, he gets a visit by Bucky. I said, he's not Winter Soldier anymore. He's given everything up. Now he's gonna be a senator.
Yeah.
So I don't know, the dude who like killed and murdered a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like, where did this come from?
I don't know.
Well, because that's not something that in the first debate somebody be like, so how many people did you kill while being brainwashed by the terrorist organization Hydra? A lot. Cool. I don't think you should be anywhere near government.
Hey, but he helped defeat Thanos, so he's got my vote.
Yeah,
right.
Like,
he brought back my grandma when she got disappeared during the snap.
It was a weird, like it was a weird, like how like the cameo was framed. Like he literally could have just showed up just as Bucky and like left out that entire piece.
Well, that's got to be leading to something, right? Because he's going to be in the Thunderbolts. So he's going to be maybe there's something there.
But like it's just.
But does that take place after this or before then?
I don't think we know yet.
I think this takes place after. I think this Captain America takes place before. Thunderbolts take place after this.
I mean, that would make
so now you have him as Senator Bucky,
maybe, or he's still campaigning
have to redon the Winter Soldier arm, or
maybe he's got a cool like America flag one now or something, right, to show his patriotism.
I know in the trailer he had it in the dishwasher, so it's dishwasher safe.
Yeah, I mean, if you were gonna have a metal arm, wouldn't you want it to have easy cleaning applications as well?
It's what I'm doing with that arm.
Yeah.
Well, that's just
you fell and landed in some mud. I'm a lefty. That's that's his left arm.
Well, he's killed all those people. Like at a minimum, like it's been soaked in
I mean,
blood,
he did choke. He did do the arm break with the metal arm for Tony Stark's parents. So he's probably got to wash it off at some point from that. Yeah. Like, I got some blood on that one. They were in a car wreck.
Like I don't know. It's I'm interested. I'm like I said, and then the Thunderbolts. Like I've seen the Thunderbolt trailer. I'm like, even that doesn't have me jazzed up and excited.
Doesn't blow me away. No,
it doesn't blow me away. Like it seems like it's trying like so hard to be a Suicide Squad. Like hey, guess what? Suicide Squad should work okay. We're MCU, so we can do we can do it better.
You know what it is with this, which I think the Suicide Squad movies were doing the same thing. It's trying to be Guardians of the Galaxy. It's trying too hard to be the new Guardians.
That's like I think Jeremy's right. It because they're the bad guys, right? So it's got the Suicide Squad feel to it, but it also from the trailers really gave me the Guardians of the Galaxy too, right? They've got like pop music in the trailer and they're trying to make it fun and like but I mean Suicide Squad did that too. But yeah, I mean they're trying to make this the new, the team nobody asks for. Well, you got them, so here's a movie, and hoping that it's the new Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, it's just it's a weird slot. Like I don't know. I think just this phase, right? This multiverse phase has just been horrible. Like it's been so fumbled. Like they, honestly, at this point in time, just close the books. I'm like, just like that's it with the two Avengers. Like I said, Avengers, Doomsday and Secret Wars. Just murder everybody off, hit the reset button, and then hey, like start over. Like hey, it's okay.
I was gonna say, like, I think you need to do that, but they're afraid of the same thing I'd be afraid of doing. That is, you have enough fans that are just going to throw a shit fit that you recast these things. They already do it when
I think that's why
you have to like.
That's why Secret Wars works. Is like you legitimately can murder everybody. Like you can murder
anybody, and it's multi thing, so you can bring in new variants or whatever.
So like for example, like comic book wise, right? Like when they had the Ultimate Universe, and I said the regular Marvel Universe. So Miles Morales, I said like it was a character that actually started over in the Ultimate Universe, and then Secret Wars actually brought him into like the main Marvel continuity. And so like this is like Secret Wars actually provides a good pathway to basically like, hey, guess what? This person's dead. This person's dead. Hey, and even if they want to like you know what, Tom Holland, we can't do you anymore. Hey, we want to continue, like said, Andrew Garfield, like that's Spider-Man now. They could technically just do that, or hey, cast someone like brand new, and they introduce they utilize the movie to introduce a whole bunch of new characters. Cool. I think it's a good reset, because I said it logically can make sense, and it's what's happened, like I said, in the comics. So it's something that like, yeah, I think people will be upset about some of the recastings, but then they could justify it with the story.
Yeah, it's true.
And maybe it would be fresh enough and new enough to get some interest back. I don't know. Did you guys see the concept art from Avengers Doomsday that I think dropped earlier today? Leaked.
I haven't seen it yet.
I don't have all of it, but I Googled it real quick. I saw it this morning. So there's some concept art photos out there. Right, like Black Panther's coming back, like right, T'Challa's coming back. I'm not sure if that one's real or not. The Hulk. So that's the problem with my Google search. Right, Star-Lord's back. There were several of Star-Lord. This one was interesting.
So wait, go back, because was that Hulk and Scar? Yeah,
and She-Hulk. I didn't see that one earlier, but it's got the same little tag on it. But yeah. Right, She-Hulk's in there too. There were a few with Star-Lord, so I almost feel like Star-Lord's going to be a main focal point of
this right movie. Right there. Middle there.
Yeah, Vision. Yeah, right, Vision and
White Vision,
yeah. And Star-Lord are hanging out. And then I was thinking, like, right, Chris Evans is gone, Robert Downey Jr.'s not Iron Man anymore. So as far as like good guys go, Star-Lord, like, right, he's probably fairly one of the bigger actors. Chris Pratt.
Chris Hemsworth is over there filming right now.
Okay.
So they actually snapped some pictures of him, because they're building the sets, and they actually kick off filming here pretty soon.
Yeah, I forgot about him too.
They snapped him outside the studios.
He's been in so much. It's probably the two Chris's, right? Chris Pratt, Chris Hemsworth are going to be kind of the stars.
Yeah.
They're the longest tenured. They're the movie stars, right? Pratt was in all Jurassic World movies and stuff, so people like him. I don't know. People aren't coming out to see the Miss Marvel girl. It's probably going to be very Chris Pratt heavy. But yeah, there's concept out there. Those are the three good ones that I remember, right? And there's one of like Dr. Doom sitting in a chair, whatever. But supposedly it was a leak, right? Comments on Reddit and stuff are like, maybe it was a calculated leak.
I guarantee you,
as it usually is, right? A calculated leak to get people, because maybe Captain America: Brave New World didn't do quite as good as they hoped, so they're like, this is coming, guys.
Temperature check, because they're starting to, they're just now starting to film this. That way they don't have to reshoot a whole bunch of stuff. Like, what's the general feel of this? Like, hey, what's do we hear a lot of uproar, or like it's just like a temperature check, right? Like,
before we film this scene with all these Hulks and we do all the CGI, do people want to see this or not? Or if people are like, oh, this is dumb, like Scar looks dumb, he looks awful, I hope they don't.
Well, if that concept art is true, at least they got rid of the dumb haircut.
True.
from his other introduction.
She-Hulk looks really bad there though, so
Yeah.
I don't know. This is the full. All right, it's super small though. So there's 6, I guess. Entire screen. This guy.
This feels like a calculated leak.
Right. Yeah. There's Doom sitting in the chair. Doom with some throne. Star-Lord at the bar with the kids, and then T'Challa's back.
That looks like Wong. Yeah.
Yeah. Wong's there, and then Scarlet Witch's kids, Miss Marvel, Hawkeye,
Wiccan, and what's his face,
and Ant-Man's kid. Right, it's the Young Avengers.
So they're doing a Young Avengers bit.
The Hulks are hanging out, right? Quill and Vision are besties apparently. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like I like most things. I'm optimistic. We'll give it a chance. I'm hoping it's good. It needs to be good. Please let it be good.
It needs to be good. Like
either way, we're gonna go see it.
Yeah,
like just like even Thunderbolts, I'll probably go see it opening weekend if we're not busy. Just because, why not?
Oh, yeah.
It's like Scott can wait like 2 more weeks, and then Captain America will be on Disney Plus probably. So.
Yeah. I was waiting. This is how bad it is. Me and my wife were just talking about this the other. I was wanting to go to Nosferatu, right? Go see that in the theaters, but I could never find the time with the little one, get a sitter or whatever. I was like, I'm gonna have to wait. Already out.
Yeah,
I can already watch it. So I'm like, well, that was anticlimactic. I waited no time at all. Like, feels like it's been out of theaters for a week, and I can watch it now.
Yeah, maybe it'll be like. I mean, they haven't announced a date yet, so it'll probably be a couple more weeks, but it'll be out soon.
Yeah,
it'll move fast.
Because Thunderbolts comes out soon too, so like it'll probably come out before that.
Watch it back streaming, get a little bit more out.
Yeah,
before
Thunderbolts is May 2nd, so right. That'll probably that's 2 months. I'm sure it'll be out, even if it's like that same weekend to try to get people, have a
so like
weekend.
Well, let's just put it like I said. So, second weekend, 68% drop. Like I said, from the first.
Yeah, it's going to streaming soon.
We went the second weekend and it was maybe like 60% full. There were more people there than I thought there might be, but. Yeah, it wasn't full.
Which is good for movies, though. Like, to be honest, like, it's at least good for movies coming back. Yeah.
Just but compared to compared to Winter Soldier or something, and it would have been packed for several weeks. I'm sure. Thought this was no Winter Soldier.
Of all the movies that are out right now, I want to go see The Monkey.
I don't know what that is exactly. I've seen people post things about it.
So I don't know what
it's a Stephen King story.
Stephen King's story. By the person who directed by, I think the person who made Longlegs, or adapted by that, which is a great fucked up horror movie. So they took one of the most ridiculous Stephen King novels, got somebody with like a weird penchant for creepy, weird horror to direct, and threw in a dash. I mean, you have to with the story. You throw in a dash of comedy and you get The Monkey.
Yeah,
right? It's basically the little monkey
comedy and extreme like violence and gore. Like,
well, that's what I was kind of throwing that with the long legs thing, right? The violence, gore, horror aspect of it, right? The family is just this toy monkey torments this family and just causes bad things to happen around it, and so anyone around this monkey dies effectively. Okay. And so it just constantly torments this family. I mean, that's effectively the premise of the story. And these, like, it's the little monkey, that you wind it up and it just bangs. The
symbols.
The symbol, the symbol monkey, and just it's killing people.
Good times.
Larry, come on, I know what you want to see, Larry. You want to go see Paddington in Peru.
I low key want to watch Paddington in Peru. The trailer's like amazing. I never saw the first Paddington though, so I'll probably be super lost.
I think this is like the third or fourth.
This is the third. I think this is okay. This is third or fourth. I think third Paddington movie.
There's been multiple Paddington movies.
I do. I don't remember if we talked about this or what, but I very much appreciate the title, like Paddington in Peru. It seems like I don't know. There's
Well, my
something
wife-
about it that I do like.
Paddington in
Because-
Peru. We're going to call this movie Paddington Peru.
Yeah, he's in
where did it
Peru.
go?
Like,
Peru.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing, though. Because I was like, why the fuck Peru? Right? Like, out of all the places.
yeah,
Because I was thinking this
exactly,
thing.
yeah.
He's from Peru.
Oh, okay.
Like,
That
in
makes
the
sense.
books and on all the writing and stuff, Paddington the
But
bear
then he
is
goes to
Peru-
London.
But then he
'Cause
goes to
he's
London.
British.
But he talks with a British accent, but he's
Yeah.
he's literally a bear from Peru.
So he's going home. Yeah, no, from the trailer, right? He's going back because so a family member is lost in the jungle. Like a jungle bear is lost in the jungle. I remember that quote from the trailer.
You're right.
Are there
But why
bears
does-
in the rainforest?
There are bears there, though they don't look like Paddington, right?
Okay. Oh, poor Paddington.
Oh,
It's also
Uh,
Peru, which is like the jungles of Peru. Like you couldn't have done like like Chile, Brazil. One of the places that's actually known for like the majority of the jungle is not Peru.
Peru is so
the-
random, yeah.
The mountainous region that has very little actual rainforest comparative to the rest of South America.
I think that's why I like it. It just feels
So,
super
it looks
random that
like-
he's in Peru.
It's
So
the
is Paddington an Indian bear or a sun bear?
He should be a spectacle bear, right? If you're from that which is I don't know. Here.
Those are the type of bears they have in Peru.
Yeah, the only bears that I know.
Bears in
the
the
only-
rainforest.
Yeah, so,
okay.
so it's even worse than that, right? Here, look. Share screen. Look, if you
Paddington
search bears
podcast.
in Peru, it's the spectacle bear. It's that weird bear
Oh,
that
yeah.
every zoo has one of.
Yeah. That looks nothing like Paddington.
Yeah, Paddington.
Look up
Yeah,
sun
it's
bear.
right there, this
Look up sun bear and look up Andine bear. So
the sun bear
that's-
is the weird one that looks like a person in a suit,
Oh yeah,
right? It looks like a person cosplaying as a bear.
Yeah.
and Andine bear.
They all let's say so. A spectacle bear apparently is an Andean bear. So
Okay.
there you go. But yeah, sun
Interesting.
bear is a phenomenal creature because it does look like just a person put on a bear costume and it
Yeah.
shrank. The body shrunk in the wash,
When they
so
stand
it's a
up, they
little
look,
so it's a little too tight.
yeah, they're very awkward.
Yeah.
Somebody said Nicolas Cage when you're talking about that monkey movie. Jeremy, did you know there is a Nicolas Cage autograph signing coming up? $300 to $400. But
Not
if you
bad.
didn't like, I thought you might be interested because I know you really like a few Nicolas Cage movies. So
I just
I
don't know.
Twin
what,
Cities
I don't
and
know what
everybody has it.
I would have to find. I don't know if I have anything I could send him.
they
Does it
probably
send
I
your
mean,
own
they-
item?
Yeah, I mean they probably have posters.
You
and
probably
stuff
have something you
too,
could buy
but-
directly from it, right?
Yeah,
But still,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
that's what I was like. I would love to find something that I could get to send in to have signed.
Yeah, I'm on. So yeah, I'm on the. I googled it and I ended up on the send in page, but there are at least 61 photos available because there's
He needs
4
money.
options on the bottom, and the last one says autograph photo number 61. So there's a lot of different options for photos too. Like if you
Because
if you-
he needs
if you
money and he's been
wanted
in
to
like
buy one.
every other movie, so there's probably
Yeah.
plenty to pick from.
But I mean, like that's one of those ones that the right autograph signings that you might not get another chance to do it. So
Yeah, not from a person who
kinda
doesn't
cool.
do touring and cons and that sort of stuff. It's
Yeah.
very hard to get to that point. So yeah,
yeah, I hadn't seen anything like that caught my eye in a while, but I saw that this week. Nicolas Cage.
That's tempting.
Yeah. You'll have to see. I mean, it's probably $400 for a poster or something, but like a face-off posters
I would do. See, that's
on air
you,
would be pretty.
you got me. The thing, getting the face off one is
Yeah.
face.
But then you gotta track down John Travolta too. But who knows? I'll just say better than anyone who's coming to Phoenix Comic Con.
Hey, it's better than everyone coming to
disappointing.
Dallas Comic Con.
Is
At
it?
least Comic Con, that's some decent movies. Like Dallas is like
Is it bad?
shit in the bed. Like I said, when it
Bad,
comes
bad.
to
We've got C-3POs coming.
hey, everyone's favorite protocol droid. Come on.
Yeah. I couldn't even remember what Fan Expo was called. Oh yeah, you've got Grant Gustin and the rest of the CU people. Oh no,
Because
that's past.
they're
No,
super
that's
relevant
past.
now, all right?
Yeah, I know that. Never mind, that's past. They don't even have anybody right now because that's worse than ours. Maybe I clicked.
No, this Nicolas Cage one. This one's tempting.
Yeah.
Like,
It is. Are you looking at it? They have the Ghost CGC Ghost Rider #1.
Oh, cool.
It's been pre-CGC'd for you. So they had him sign the Ghost Rider #1 and just send it in, got it back.
yeah, like I don't know. It's tempting. Like it's really tempting.
You can get a 1967 Mustang, the Eleanor from Gone in 60 Seconds. That's $499 for the signed a die-cast model of the car.
That's kind of cool. That's different. Yeah, I don't know, Jeremy. You'll have to think about it. See if there's the right item. It's pretty cool, and he probably won't do another one of these. But
This might be the right
one
item. I'm not here.
Mhm.
I'm pulling this up. I got to show you this.
Superman.
So the funny thing is I actually own that comic.
Nice.
I mean,
that would be cool. Yeah.
I was excited about the Ghost Rider one, but I'm saying I think I found the one that you need to go with.
Yeah, I actually own that comic.
Here's
I bought it. I'm like, man,
Eleanor.
that's so stupid. I'm like, I gotta have it.
It's pretty
see what
cool.
else. We'll go through here, right? You got from Pig.
Well, then I think here's what a lot of people just are forgetting too. Like he's Spider-Man Noir coming up too.
Yeah. I just saw that right in the Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah, I forgot that he was in that too. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so he's
Gone in 60 Seconds. Yeah, like
that's a great movie. Go back, Scott. 8mm.
Oh yeah, 8 millimeter.
Yeah.
That movie. I said that movie
there.
is messed up. Such a that's classic Nicolas Cage movie. Like that was a great movie.
The snuff, trying to figure out the snuff film.
Yeah. There's no long legs one though. Dude, I want to see him. I want to see him as like the crazy lady.
Yeah, there might be one on here somewhere.
There's not. I went through every single
there
picture.
There isn't on that. I do like that they grabbed from the Flash.
Yeah.
And a baseball for sure. The baseball was the one that got me because I was like, I can't. Did he?
No. So
do they always
in the
do
autograph
this?
world?
Yeah.
Like so for example, I have my friend Cliff. He deals in a lot of like memorabilia. And so like everyone that he meets, he literally has people sign baseballs. Like, and it's like a thing in the autograph world. It's like there's like people who look for like celebrity baseballs. Apparently.
Yeah. Random,
I don't get it, but to each their own, I guess, you know.
I guess it's so you can have the same item signed by a lot of people.
Yeah.
You have 100 baseballs
and it's small. Like, right? Like,
True.
so like,
yeah, it doesn't take up a lot of space. So you can put a bunch of them on like a shelf.
Yeah, it doesn't take up space. Like,
Yep.
I don't know, like a giant ass Tom Holland poster.
Yeah.
The movie posters. The legit theater size movie posters.
Yeah. To me, it's similar to the Pops, where they all kind of fit next to each other, and then you can have the different licenses next to each other, and they all like kind of blend. I think the autograph baseball, so Hollywood people are similar.
I just can't imagine purposes. Like going up to a person that plays another sport and be like, "Can you sign this baseball? I play football."
Yeah.
I know, but sign this baseball, please.
Yeah, come on, Tom Brady, sign my.
Yeah.
Can you sign my baseball?
Can you sign my baseball, please? Yeah. All right, well, with that,
Like we all went there.
Exactly.
Hey, good news. I posted a picture on Instagram, so be sure to follow us on Instagram. I haven't posted anything on the other stuff in a really long time. I don't remember what I say at the end of this.
Show him like a villain.
Ding 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 diggy ding ding. Ding 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 diggy ding ding.
I don't think we've posted on Twitter since it's actually become X.
Here's the thing: is even on my personal one, I use it so little. I got locked out of my account because I can't remember my password, and apparently I didn't use one of my defaults. So I was like, I can't get back into my shit. So
I can't even get on to see it. Yeah, I probably have not. No, I like that. Like and the longer that goes on, the cooler that becomes.
Yeah.
Hey, we're not boycotting. We're just lazy.
Yeah. Oh.
Same reason I don't want to sign up for Blue Sky or whatever. Like I don't know. We're good. We're good.
There's too many.
We're good.
I already thought there was too many for me to keep up, and now there's more.
There was. Just stick with. We're good with Instagram, and we're live on Facebook right now. I'm pretty sure. So
We are live on Facebook.
that's good enough. Yeah. I don't know, Scott. Hit the rest of the buttons, and we're good.
All right. Well, here because I like this one.
I don't have friends. I got family.
Oh, shout out to our STS Guys family member Nate. Congrats on his baby.
Yeah, congrats on his baby.
Say congrats.
Back a couple of weeks ago. So congrats to him. I'm sure he's not listening, but congrats to Nate and his wife on their new baby. Is it a boy? I don't know.
Baby boyer?
yeah. Congrats to
Baby boyer.
Yeah, congrats to the new baby. I don't remember. I think it's a boy. So that's cool. All right. That's all I got.
Well, with that, Jeremy, do your thing.
For episode 274 of the STS Guys, I've been Jeremy.
Hey, it's Larry.
And I'm Scott.
And we're the STS Guys. Have a great night, everyone.
Bye. Bye-bye.